What is up, beautiful people? We are back. It is Friday. It is Saturday. It is whatever day you want to watch this. Hopefully before 7:30 comes Saturday, you do. It is Charlotte for the week. It is week number 4 for the games, episode number 5.
And it's
season number 2.
Yes.
I think is what you were going for there. Is that
no,
right?
I was going to pump up. What week is it?
Oh, okay. That makes a little more sense. We're going to get it together here. It is Inter Miami week. Yes, and we have a lot to talk about with that game coming up. Obviously, a big one for a lot of reasons. We'll get into that as the show goes on. Thank you all for watching, by the way. We'll jump right into it, though, as far as how we typically start, right? We'll go with the recap first. Is that a W right there? That is it. So, obviously, first dub of the season. Feels great. Charlotte 3, Austin FC 1. First dub. Get to eat it. And that's great. Yeah, we love that. First home game as well. The vibes were high. Sold out lower bowl. Felt like the energy was there from everybody. Great time. Great time. And obviously great to get the win.
For sure.
Kind of jumping into some of what happened in the game. First thing we do have to unfortunately talk about is the ref, right? He was, I would just say, not great in this game. I had heard that this was maybe his first MLS game, is what I was told. And it did kind of show, not necessarily for the bad for us. There was an early red card shown to Austin FC, I think in like around the 25th minute or so. Don't know that was necessarily a red card watching it back, but hey, we will take it. It was a red card there. He also disallowed a goal for us, which, I mean, I watched that replay 100 times, and I don't know how he disallowed that. I don't understand what the point is of VAR. Like how we can possibly overturn that goal. Maybe it touched Bronico's arm. Maybe it touched like a little bit of a hair on his elbow, like you said, but not very much
tucked
there.
Into his side with his body turning away from the wall.
Lot of disagreements in this game with the refs. That is unfortunately part of the story, but at the end of the day, we got the 3 points, so it's all good. Couple of lineup changes. We saw the old school right back. We had Bronico and Westy back in the lineup. They definitely, proved what they're worth. Not that we didn't know that already, but just that leadership and just that, kind of continuity, right? That kind of helped. And what it did was allowed the other players to really show themselves. I thought Tofolo, in my opinion, had a really, really good game. Probably the best game he's played definitely this season, probably throughout his career. Obviously a fairly short career at Charlotte so far, but he was looking good getting up on the left side. Obviously, Zaha was doing Zaha things, 1v1s, 1v2s sometimes that he was winning. That's what Zaha does. Morrison Ajimong, obviously his first start, shout him out. He did have the unfortunate moment of the own goal. I don't know if that's on him, on Kalina. I tend to lean toward probably him. I think Kalina probably knew a little bit better there. But at the same time, what a job by him to have a moment like that and then still be able to stay composed and hardly noticed him the rest of the game, and I mean that as a compliment, right? He just fit right into that team and played really well. I think his athleticism, that speed that he kind of offers that, quite frankly, Privet doesn't, really kind of helps us out, helps, Tim Ream out on the left side of there, just really frees up the team to be able to do what they do best. So shout out Morrison Ajimong for your first start. I think there's more to come, to be honest, right? Abada, solid in this game, got an assist. His work ethic was there, work rate was there. Still leaves a little bit to be desired on the passing. Don't need to talk about that too much, but overall, solid game. Did get the assist on one of the goals. And then also, we do have to give a little bit of credit to Luca Della Torre, who, after only 2 games into his Charlotte FC career, did get benched for Bronico. But he came in as a sub, was an impact, right, when he came in. He was there for about 20 minutes. Made a slick move, got the assist on that third goal, so really good game for him coming in. All we did for the first 2 games was have Kalina stop shots, and didn't stop all of them, but stopped many of them.
Gave up a lot of them.
He didn't have to stop one in this game. Obviously, they scored, but they had 0 shots on goal due to the goal being the own goal that we just mentioned, right? So they had 0 shots on goal in this game. And again, I know they were down a man. That obviously helped the situation, but still, 0 shots on goal. We had 72% possession in this game. I mean, we just
unheard of.
If we're even at 52%, that's usually a win for us in terms of possession. 72 is out of this world. What a really good performance. And then I can't stop this without mentioning the star of stars of the game, of course it was Pep Biel, that man. He had 2 goals. He really had 3. Like I said, we had the VAR that disallowed his 3rd goal. He hit a crossbar again as well. He could have even had 4 goals, right? He was exactly what you pay this man to be, a DP, right? That's what he was in this game. He was the star amongst stars. He's what got us over the top to get that 3-1 victory. Beautiful game, in my opinion. I think most people in Charlotte's opinion. But what about your opinion, Amy?
I think it was a great game. I would have expected it to be a great game. The fact that we went up a man with over 2/3 of the game remaining. But, we've gone up a man before and things have not turned out well.
Easy.
So, they definitely did pack it in, though. But I do think Biel, definite standout. I mean, he had a great game. It's nice to see him back in the form we saw him in before he got hurt. Ajiman, I would agree. Great. Well, he's going by Morrison. I guess he doesn't want to be.
Oh, is that right? I didn't even know that.
No confusion with Big Pat. Yeah, he has Morrison on the back of his jersey.
True.
So,
that is true.
I think he had good physical presence. I mean, I think it was unfortunate the on goal he let. I think that's just a lack of communication and time played together. I think he probably also had more time than he realized he had, and just parts of the growing pains of growing.
Gotta live with it as a youth player like that.
Right. I thought Abada also didn't really stand out, but he didn't he has had games where he stood out for all the wrong reasons.
Sure.
So I think this was a game where he was just solid and
his work ethic was there, just like a Vargas. You almost wouldn't have noticed, except
right. So. I think Luca De La Torre. I think his presence definitely was felt when he came off the bench, and I kind of think until he figures things out, I don't think Bronico's gonna give up his spot. And
I don't disagree.
You got a workhorse there, and so I think if De La Torre wants that spot back, he's going to have to work really hard. But I kind of like him, maybe for the first half of the season or whatever, coming off the bench. Because to have someone of his caliber coming in 60, 70 minutes into a game, I mean, that's huge. You have a defense that's worn down, hopefully. And just the way he sees the game and is able to distribute the ball, I think can be a huge positive for our team.
I agree. Yeah. I mean, I almost, coming into the season, looked at it the opposite way, where you start with kind of that, I don't want to call him a star, but kind of that star quality that he does have the kind of game-changing quality that you would look for in a player, but maybe not all of the subtleties that go into being a midfielder. Right. Well, and then you can bring, Bronico in later when all the players are tired and you can just outrun him. Well, no, it may make sense to do it the opposite. Let him go ahead and outrun him, outtire the rest of the team.
Get under
right.
The nerves.
And then you bring in a Luca De La Torre in the 65th, 75th minute, depending, right, somewhere around there when they are kind of tired and wary, and then they have to deal with that quality, that game-changing quality. Right. So I think it's a very good mix. Like I said, it looked really good to me, the way that they were looking out there.
I think it's also just great to know that if we need a midfielder, we can have Bronico and De La Torre on the pitch at the same time.
We have options.
Which is nice to have options like that in the caliber that they both bring to the pitch.
And then we have another option, right?
We do, which you saw how that worked out. But Diani, yes, you would also be.
No, I was going with your other guy here.
Yes, we do have another option. Shout out to Aaron John. He got called up from Legacy to be on the first team, and he got his first appearance for Charlotte FC, the first team on Saturday night. And I thought, he was solid. He didn't get a whole lot of minutes, but you didn't see any, the game didn't decrease with his presence in the midfield. So no, I think that was great for him, and he's another young guy. I mean, I know a little, sneak peek for what's to come, but there is a lot of youth talent that is in the background, in the ranks on Legacy, and this is where Aaron John came from. We know that's where Pat and
Morrison,
Tavares, that both of them, we know how well they played when they got to the first team. So Legacy's doing some things right, but more about that later.
What a great segue that is. I guess we'll really kind of just jump right into it then. So just to kind of put a crown on it, right? So Charlotte 3, Austin FC 1, first victory of the season. 4 points now on the season out of a possible 9. So not the best start to the season, but hey, they kind of righted the ship. Yes, exactly. It could be worse. We'll talk about that as well.
Another foreshadow
here in a little bit. We did mention Pep Biel being the star of stars. Well, he's also a star amongst the entire MLS this week. So he was named to the team of the match day for week 3. Love to see that. Give him a little round of applause there. We had mentioned, I think last week, hey, we're we're happy Kalina's on the list, but we would like to see some outfield players make it. Well, Pep's like, bet. And he is on the list this week. So team of the match day, Pep Biel, huge shout out. Not your first time, won't be the last this year, I'm sure. But good to see us anyway. And then what you were kind of referring to there, Crown Legacy played a game on Friday against Huntsville. Crown Legacy put up a whole tutty, 7 goals on the match. I mean, what a performance that was. I actually FaceTimed Amy while they were at the game, of course, that Friday night. They're at most. Way to go. Better fans than me, I guess. I don't know. But I FaceTimed them while they were down there, and they actually scored a goal in the 5 minutes I was on the phone, just kind of talking through. So that was very fun to watch. They're 2 games in. Obviously, they are undefeated right now. Already scored 11 goals on the season. Is that right? I might be reading that up. Okay, yes. 11 goals so far this season. What a start to the season. It's news for the week, but I'm also going to break it down a little bit. Amy, I'm curious, like this many goals, this kind of quality, who's going to get called up? Does somebody need to get called up? What's your kind of thoughts on that?
There are so many players that are so fun to watch at a legacy game. I think there's probably a handful of players that could definitely have an impact on the first team right away. Nympha, of course, Nympasha Berkey-Mas.
Berkey, that's what I'm calling.
Supposedly there was some like chatter out there that the Bundesliga was interested in him. So I'm not really sure if that's true, why we have a player of his caliber on our Crown Legacy team if Bundesliga is interested in bringing him overseas to Germany. So there's that. I definitely think Nympha can make an impact. And
we should say not just the Bundesliga, Bayern Munich out of the Bundesliga, right? I mean, the team in the Bundesliga. So, he trialed with them. So crazy to me.
I mean, he has 2 goals and an assist on the season. Super speedy, super clever on the ball. Can, break people's ankles without even really trying. He's really great. Aloko, he's actually the leading scorer for Legacy right now. With 4 goals in 2 games and an assist. He has a 70% pass accuracy, too. So,
as a forward.
So, he's doing a lot of good things, and that dude is just big. He is just his presence for a forward. I mean, he's big, but he's also he doesn't lack in the speed either. So
I almost sent you guys I've been on a loco since we signed him. I've been kind of just that's been my guy. I mean, I saw what they signed him for. It was a pretty significant wager, right, to pay for a guy that was relatively unknown.
Right.
Bring him in and you're obviously expecting some things there. And then, I saw him in training. I had a screenshot of it, not a screenshot, but I took a screenshot of him in the training during the preseason. And I was like, this guy is built. I almost sent it to you guys, but I felt a little weird, commenting on male physique or whatever. But at the same time, I was like, this guy's usually, and then I go look him up online and they had him listed at 150. I was like, not a chance. So I don't even think Google knows who this player is yet, but they will learn that name, in my opinion, Rodolfo Aloko. So I totally agree with that one. Anybody else?
Sure. I mean, and if you want to talk about people that are passing, because our first games for the first team, passing accuracy and connection of passes was very much so lacking. Uchegbu.
That was really good.
He also has a goal. No assist, but he does have a goal. He has an 86% pass accuracy, so can see the field. Yes, so I mean, sees the fields, willing to distribute it. And then one other player that I thought was interesting. I probably am killing these names, but Mabongo.
That's it. That's got to be it.
Yeah, sorry, another one.
Mr. Mabongo.
His pass accuracy is 91%. So these guys are able to distribute the ball. They're crisp on the ball. They're crisp in their passing. So if you haven't gone, that's okay. You have another opportunity. They play Inter Miami 2 Sunday night at 7 at the Matthews Sportsplex. And remember, it costs you nothing to go and support the Crown Legacy.
$0, just your time.
So, you come out to the Legacy and comment below and see what players you think should be called up to the first team.
Love that. Obviously what a start to the season for them. And you love to see it because, this is the future. But some of these players sound like should be the now. Exactly. So great to see that team do what they do. And like she said, can't stress it enough. It is free. Just cost you your time, right, at the end of the day.
So, and it's time well spent.
Time very well spent watching these boys out there cook the other team. just wanted to also throw it in there. So obviously opening day we did announce, so it was a full sellout of the lower bowl. Obviously we didn't do the upper bowl, but the crowd 35,611 was the announced attendance. For what it's worth, obviously that's about half of what it was in year one. Kind of expect that, right? Obviously as things go, it's we're kind of settling into a core fandom at this point. I thought the atmosphere was fantastic on Saturday. Just kind of wanted not too much here, but any comments on that? I mean, do you read anything into that? Or
I mean, I think our upper bowl wasn't open, so I think the first season you just had the newness of it, and like it was like, let's go to this new team's first game. I do think that's a solid. I mean, another thing is that we might not sell out every game, every match we have at the bank, but we're like solid, like you said, a good core fandom there that 25-28 is not a stretch for us on any given day. Even our midweek games,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
So I do like the new promo videos. I'll be excited to see how they add on to those of the season. And I like when the night comes out how he has his 6 people that surround him. So
that was
some
beautiful.
Cool things, so.
Yeah. They did a sweet little
the drone show.
I was saying drone show at halftime was awesome.
Yeah,
that was fun to watch. Atmosphere was great. I think I kind of equated to like a European away game. I'm not saying that we have that few fans. We don't. We have 35,000 people in the stands, right? But you watch an away team in Europe. That's how you really know who those fans are. And in my opinion, that's kind of who we got now, right? These 35,000 people are loud. They're passionate about the team. It is a great atmosphere because of that, right? It's one thing to have 70,000 people that don't know crap about soccer.
Right?
But these are very well educated, good crowd, and lively. I thought it was great, and I expect that and probably even more this coming Saturday against Miami. So speaking of Miami, that's kind of around the league. So we'll go ahead and move right into that as a good little segue. Just again, going through scores, we're kind of doing it BCS style. If you're familiar with college football, I'm going to get the standings probably after the international break. Let's get 5-6 games in before we really look at the standings. So really just scores again this week for you guys. I guess I'll just kind of start it off. New York City FC, I should say, 5, Orlando 0. What a scoreline that one was. So bad for Orlando that they fired their coach immediately after the game. Not immediately, but almost immediately right there after the game. I mean, what a crap start for Orlando. We love to see it here in Charlotte. Not going to, that's fine by us, but it's kind of surprising. I would have thought they'd have been a pretty decent team this year, but they have not shown at all so far this season.
And NYCFC, they showed their new mascot.
I didn't know that. Was that the difference right there? What's the mascot?
Sure. A pigeon.
A pigeon.
That's super exciting.
That's on brand. I'll give you guys that. New York City FC. That is quite on brand. So
not
as
cool as our very own Sir Minty.
Well, no one's going to top him, but a pigeon for NYCFC is pretty funny. I see the humor in that. Another one. The game we're playing again. We played Miami this week. So DC loses to Miami at home. DC 1, Miami 2 was the final one there. Not too much nondescript. They win. Not surprising in that particular game.
Expected. You played DC.
Exactly. So nothing much more to report other than they did win. And then also
our favorite team.
Our favorite to hate. Right. So Atlanta 2, Real Salt Lake 3. That gives Atlanta checks.
How many points? Show them.
0 points so far this season. They are 0-3 or 0-3-0, however that goes. They have not won a game. They have not drawn a game. They have lost them all. We love to see that, Atlanta. Keep up the good work. Love it, Tata Martinez. Keep it up. What are some other scores we have?
Well, another team that has 0 points on the season would be your defending Supporter Shield.
Go figure.
So the Philadelphia Union dropped another game, their 3rd in a row, to San Jose. I mean, San Jose is legit. But they came to Philly. So that game was at home. Yeah. And you still lost. So that's 3 L's for Philadelphia. I hope it keeps going.
And one goal we said? Is that right? One goal so far this season? Wow.
I hope we play you, before we leave. So just keep it up. You're doing great. Nashville, turned it back around. They got some goals on the board. They beat Minnesota. Nashville had 3, Minnesota 1. And then we had been flying high on the Red Bulls.
Yeah.
Well, shocker. And I was like, okay, I'm finally going to watch it because, we heard about all these young guys and everything. I was like, oh, they're playing Montreal. What a great game to see these young kids on there. Well, Montreal got a penalty kick pretty early in the game and ended up laying 3 goals on the Red Bulls, and the Red Bulls didn't find the back of the net.
That's the most shocking score of the week. 3-0 Montreal.
So 3-0.
Montreal had been shut out the first 2 games.
So, and they scored 3. So, and then Cincinnati, Toronto, Cincinnati lost at home. Toronto won. I trained into that game too, hoping to see Josh Sargent, but he is supposedly making his debut this weekend for Toronto.
Okay.
That game was just like, I don't know. Yeah. But Cincinnati lost, so we love to see any team that was hanging around with us last year at the end of the season lose. So
precisely why we included
right,
it there.
exactly.
Yeah, we love to see the teams that were close to us already, dropping points early. These points
make a difference.
Count as much as the ones late, right? Obviously, we
sure.
really put more stress at the end of the season when we are trying to fight for playoffs and seeding and all that good stuff. But these points count just the same. So to see Cincinnati drop 3 points at home against a Toronto team that obviously finished last place last season, they are improved, we think, anyway.
They are going to be good, I think, once they get things together.
I don't disagree, but still nice to see. So, all right, and now back to what started it all, your favorite part of the segment, the favorite part of the show, I should say. It is the match day preview, a very heavily anticipated match day preview. Obviously, it is Inter Miami coming to the bank this Saturday, 7:30. Be there. If you're not there, you're such a loser. This is going to be a huge, huge game, as we know. Messi circus right back into town, ready to take them down. And to tell us a little bit more about that, we had to bring in our expert, right? He's the one that tells us about all the teams. It is Brian's breakdown. Brian, tell us a little bit about the team and what we should expect from Miami.
Yeah, so Inter Miami comes in with with 2 wins, 0 draws, and 1 loss. And it seems like the number is 6. They've got 6 points. They've had 6 goals for, but they also have 6 goals against. So I think that's an opportunity for us.
Edit that, Gabby. We don't love that number, but yes.
So we love it for them.
That's true. That's a good point. Maybe it fits them, as far as. But anyway, we won't get into all that stuff.
Yeah, that puts Inter Miami in 3rd, and then Charlotte has a 1-1-1 record with 4 points. Obviously, coming off the big win this past week. So I think it's a good opportunity for us to move up in the standings. I know it's early in the season, but we still want to be thinking about staying at the top. And
these points count too. We just talked about it, right?
That's right. So overall, Inter Miami and Charlotte FC have had exact same record. So 3 wins for Charlotte FC overall, 3 losses for Charlotte FC, and 3 wins for Miami, and then 2 draws. So this is a game that might push us ahead in the standings or ahead of them in the overall record. And we'll look forward to seeing what they do this weekend.
Honestly great to see. I mean, like I said, everybody sees Miami and thinks, oh, yeah, we're going to have – no, we're right there with them. 3 wins, 3 losses, 2 draws. This is the rubber match, so to speak. Game 9. We're ready for game 9.
That's right.
Head to head, we are like right there in there with them. So
absolutely.
That's awesome.
And then last year we did quite well against Inter Miami. We lost to them on the road. Probably should have won. They had the red card and went down a man, but then scored a breakaway.
Shout out Hopfly. I watched it over there. I remember, agonizing game.
Right after halftime.
Quite literally, like 30 seconds into halftime, if I remember correctly.
But we did destroy them at home, 3-0 goal, 3-0, and our boy Twerk Lamani over here scored all 3 of them.
Right here. Hey, right there.
There it is. There it is.
Yep. 3 goals in that game. Hattie.
So Inter Miami seems to be the team that actually has 3 DPs, but in reality, they probably have at least 6 or more DPs. So Inter Miami's DPs are, of course, Lionel Messi, and we have Rodrigo De Paul, and then finally we have Germán Berterame, who is a Argentine-born player, but is now a naturalized citizen for Mexico and will be representing Mexico in the World Cup this summer.
Good pronunciation. That was good on that. Yeah.
Thank you.
Hey, and Messi's coming in at 899 goals on the season.
That's right.
That's
right.
So there's a little like
899. It'd be a shame for him not to get it in the bank.
Well, I mean, he can get it. We'll just have to have more.
We don't. No.
I'd like to see him wait a little longer.
No.
Then their other non-DP players are Allende, who, if you might remember, he's the guy that set the record last year in the MLS
Went
Cup Finals.
crazy in the
9
cup.
goals in the playoffs.
Insanity.
They also have Sergio Reguilon, who is their signing from Tottenham Hotspur. He's a Spanish defender. He's not played yet on the year because he's been hurt in preseason, but that will strengthen their defense. Then they have a couple of other players that are of note. Matteo Savetti, who is their U22 initiative player from Argentina, and then our favorite biter, Luis Suarez.
Comes off the bench.
Coming off the bench, so they have a lot of attacking power off the bench.
Like Allende does.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yep.
DPs on anybody else's team.
Yeah, they definitely are starters anywhere else. But I didn't hear any of those players like that's all attack. Is that right? I mean, who's their DPs on the defensive side would be my question.
Well, we had the injury to Regulon, but they also have the guy that I really don't like is Falcone, the guy with the crazy hair.
Yeah, you got the big hair.
Inter Miami and Nashville SC are playing tonight as we record this in the CONCACAF Champions Cup, and he went off with an injury in the first half, so we may not have them, which is
breaking news on this show.
So again, opportunities to score some goals, and I think this will be a transitional game to some point if we can limit Messi and then make him play a little bit of defense, which I know he doesn't like to do. We have an opportunity to put some in the back of the net.
Absolutely. What are kind of mentioned? that transitional game. What are some of the keys that you have for this particular game?
So I've got 4 keys to the match.
He knows the show.
The first one is Dean has talked about all season long thus far how fit the players came in the preseason, and he felt that was a strength. So with Inter Miami having this midweek game, I think it's an opportunity for us to run them and make them work really hard and hopefully tire them out by the second half. So,
absolutely.
We do have some people that love to run on our team.
Yes.
Speaking of, I think that might be somebody that you're going to talk to
transition.
next.
You're getting really good at those. So,
Thanks.
So the next one
She's
I think
teacher.
is the key is Brant Bronico. I believe he stays in this week after getting his first start of the season. He does a lot of running. He's a hard worker. He's good defensively, and in the past games that he's faced Messi, he's been able to kind of shut him down a little bit.
In England, you would call him industrious, right? That's the type of player he is, and that's exactly what we need to go, counteract Lionel Messi. So yeah, absolutely, good one there. Anything else?
Then I think my third key to the match is I believe Kerwin Vargas is going to come in for Abada, who's still really good on the attack, but also gives us better defensive presence on the wing. So I think the game will be won and lost down the wings. We've seen that in the last few games. So that's make them work, and then
Switching.
maybe we'll get a Kerwin flip.
That'd be great. Get a Kerwin flip and then switching it up, like having Abada come in the 75th minute with his speed to actually get a breakaway on the counterattack and attack that with his speed and his one-on-one. That could be huge.
Well, that and De La Torre, like we talked about in the previous segment, right? Bringing those 2 players off the bench potentially. If we need a goal, we may not, right? Depending on how the game goes. But having those 2 players on the bench to start, knowing that we can bring them up, and we mentioned there a couple of DPs or non-DPs, whatever you want to call them, that are on the bench to start. Well, we've got a couple up our sleeve as well that we can bring in if we need to add that dynamic. Yeah. But I do agree starting that defense first.
My
final one
key to the match is I believe we need Wilfred Zaha to show up and show out this game. This moment is not too big for him. He's played in Champions League. He's played in high-level Premier League games. This is when we need our DP player to show his quality. And I think my prediction is that Wilf will get 2 goal contributions in this game.
Okay.
And really carry the team on his back.
Hey, that's what he does. He is a primetime player. Exactly what you said. We brought him in for moments like this. He started out the season pretty well, right? I mean, he's had 3 pretty good games overall, but not that standout great game that you're talking about here. And you feel like this is the one.
I think this is the one.
Have it now. Have your standout game, score your goal, get your assist, and then get the daggone contract signed.
There you go. I like that.
That would be a perfect end to a perfect night if all of those happened in one night. And no more yellow cards, by the way. I don't know if that was offset or onset, but he's already got 3 yellow cards this year in 3 matches. So we know you're a fiery guy, but let's keep those down. I don't want you suspended
I think
before March ends.
Yes.
He looked great in the last match. He was cooking people and just dribbling.
Oh, 1v2, 1v3, it seemed like. Yeah, so I can see it. Awesome.
I can see him you might be Messi, but I'm Zaha.
Yeah,
he likes to have
I remember, so obviously last season when we played them, that was the match when we got to go meet and greet the players during the midweek.
Right.
And I remember asking him, prediction or whatever, just kind of, and you could see it in his eye, right? Oh, we got him. He said 5-0 at that time. I laughed. It was 3-0. He wasn't too far off. Yeah. So he was. I just remember distinctly seeing that, and I'm sure he's got that same look and desire and feel this week. So again, it is Miami week. I've got one key to add, or kind of maybe just enhance, if you will, what you kind of just broke down for us, Brian. My key is going to be the transition game, right? This week. I just, like we talked about, yes, they've got 18 DPs on their team or whatever, but they're all offensive or attack-minded players, right? They don't have, in my opinion, that structure at the back, right, that you really look for, that foundation. And so, yes, they're going to possess the ball. No, Charlotte is not going to have 72% possession like they did last week against Austin, or at least I highly doubt it, unless something crazy happens, right? I fully anticipate Miami having the lion's share of possession. That's okay, though, right? That fits with what Charlotte wants to do. We can sit back a little bit if we need to, be aggressive in spots, but really just pick that spot, right, where there is a little bit of a loose pass, a little bit of a loose first touch, whatever the case may be. Jump on it, pounce on it, and you move forward as quickly as you possibly can. I think we do that, there are going to be goals to be had for Charlotte in that transition game. That's kind of my key. Amy, anything?
I mean, it's easy to get hyped up for this game. I mean, yes. Messi comes into town. He is the GOAT. People love him, but people also love to hate him. I respect his game totally, but I don't mind at all seeing him shut down. And I think this is a great opportunity for, like what Brian said in his breakdown, for Zaha to step up. And I think Bryant to just get under his skin and irritate him. Because Messi, I mean, you get under his skin. His game does take a step back slightly. You make him have to play some defense, which we know he doesn't like to, and he probably wouldn't and won't. But put it out there, make him have to. I think that's really great. So it sounds like we're kind of ready.
Yeah. I was encouraged this past week when Austin went down a man, how we were able to kind of pull them apart.
Yes.
Because we've struggled with being up a man in other scenarios in the past. I think that will help us this week because Messi doesn't play defense. So when we have the ball, it'll be like they're down in defense.
That's a very good point. Yes, I couldn't agree more. I guess they kind of are, right? It is a man down when they're on that side. So when we get the ball, be poised and do everything that we can, but do it fast. That's the way I want to look at it. Do it fast, get it down there, score those goals.
So they're coming to the Queen City, but it sounds like it's a great opportunity for what, Brian?
The crown's ready. We're going to dethrone Messi and the Herons and send that plastic fan base packing from the UC.
Get out of town.
Yeah, like that kind of last segment, of course, the best segment, when we give the predictions of what's going to happen in this game. We just gave you the keys. We gave you the match day preview. Now it's time to actually predict the games, and I am just going to randomly decide in my head who goes first. We're going to go with Brian.
All right. I got us winning 2-0. The old 2-0
2-0.
And I've already said Zaha's going to contribute 2 goal. He's going to have 2 goal. Start over.
2 goal contributions.
2 goal contributions. 1 assist and 1 goal, and the assist goes to Torco Mati.
Gotta be. Okay. I love that.
Nice.
2-0, as we said. Okay. Let's go to the back. What are we thinking? Show off those nails too, by the way, Maddie.
Woo-hoo.
Yeah. How many goals? Yeah.
Color
by Paula, from what I was told.
I'm gonna go 4-0.
Ooh.
I'm gonna go Biel
Yes. Okay.
1-2.
Just 2.
And then I'm gonna go Vargas
Okay.
and Tuflo.
Back to
I like
I love
his defensive
it.
score.
Let's do
I like
it.
it.
Yeah.
Into the appropriate goal.
Let's
Really
go.
was.
Yes, absolutely. So 4-0, 2-0. I'll go next, I guess.
Okay.
I'll say, we'll save you for last. So I'll go next. I do think we're scoring a lot of goals as well. I got 4 on the board, just like Maddie back there. I do think they're going to score, guys. I apologize, but I got 4-2 is my prediction in this game. A lot of goals. Goal scorers, yes, I couldn't agree more with Maddie. Biel is on a different level right now, right? He's just showing who he is. He's got to score. He's almost inevitable to score, in my opinion, at this point. So Biel definitely getting at least 1. I'll stick with 1 for right now, but he'll probably get 2. So Biel with the goal. I am going to go with our guy, my guy, I'm wearing his jersey for a reason. Twerk Lamati, Toke Lamati, he shows out when Miami shows up. He's going to get his brace in this game. He'll get 2 of the goals. And then I agree with Brian on the end over there. Zaha, big-time game. Time for him to perform. Time to give him get him on the score sheet as well. So those are my goal scorers for the game. And I will predict, yes, they'll get 2, but it ain't going to be Messi. He's staying on $8.99 in this game because Bronico's following him around like a hawk. So 4-2, no Messi goals. Charlotte all 3 points. And then,
Well, I would like to agree with you, but I have to disagree.
Okay, hey.
And maybe part of that is
Would you actually like to agree with me?
You're probably not.
Yeah.
Probably not.
Okay.
Selfishly, I also think Miami's going to score. And if Miami's going to score, I want Messi to do it. I mean, because I would think it would be super cool to have said, I saw Messi score his 900th goal. So if Miami has to score and Messi's in town, and then he has a chance of making such a landmark.
You want to see history. Huh?
I want to see, I pretty much want to see history. I think Bronico shuts them down, but I think they score on a PK. I think that something happens where we get a little frantic.
Not against Kalina. We saw what happens when he does a PK against Kalina now.
Okay, well, that's true. I forgot about that. Okay, I still say Miami gets 1 goal on the board. I think it's going to be by Messi. I am having Charlotte put up 4 goals as well.
Wow.
I think when Miami comes to town, we like to step up our game. We like to score the goals. My goal scorers are I have Biel with a brace.
Almost
I have
inevitable.
Zaha with also 2 goal contributions, 1 with a goal, 1 with an assist. But I have him with an assist to Vargas. I want to see a backflip from Vargas. So
We all love that.
I think our DPs are going to show up. I think they're going to step up their game. They're going to be like, you got your DPs? Well, check us out. We're DPs too, damn it. And so get the hell out.
Okay, I love it. So
Go back
did I miss
to
another
Miami.
goal? Or wait, so we got 2 for Biel.
2
We got
for Biel, 1
Zaha,
for Zaha,
and then
1 for
Vargas. Gotcha. Okay.
4-1.
So
Go
we
back to
we
Miami.
got goals scored one way or another in this game, right? And I think we can all expect that at the end of the day. There's going to be action. I think there'll be goals as well. If you follow my other TikTok, probably going to be more second half goals than first half. If history holds true, but at the end of the day, a lot of us picked our favorite number around here. It's 4.
It is.
We're putting those points up, but
It's going to be electric.
we love 4 goals, but we love 3 points even more. And we love you guys for watching as you always do. So if you haven't liked, subscribe, share, all that good stuff, we appreciate it. It goes very much love and appreciate if you can do that. So that's all I have. That was a terrible ending, but I mean, anything else to add, guys, before? Nope? Okay.
Come to the bank and send the pink flamingos back to damn
That's good.
Miami.
There we go. Yes.
Classic fan
Sing
base.
the Pink Pony Club out of the
Pink Phony Club. I'm going to keep on dancing at the Pink Phony Club.
Get out.
Yeah.
Yazoo Loose.
Fold the crown over here, boys and girls. And that's how we wrap it up.